Well, hello there, guys. Welcome to Flashpoint Campaign's Red Storm. And actually, I want to just say hi to the administration over at On Target Simulations. I promised them that I would do a Let's Play of the game. I played some at work today, and yes, it was work-oriented, and I had a bunch of fun. So we're going to go for a scenario here, just a single scenario. We are going to be the NATO commander against the Warsaw Pact, and I want to try and go for a mission that I don't know if it's going to be easy. These are all pretty tough missions, but we're going to go for the Witch's Cauldron mission. And it looks like it's battered. They said the Germans have lost their famous land. The looping road net is the village of Rentheim. It's a major objective of the 1st Guards Tank Army. It's also a major objective for the 7th Panzer. They have been waiting for the 11th Guards Tank Division to get there. It is here the Soviets will find out why the 7th Panzer is now called the backbone of the German army. Now remember, this is East and West Germany. The Soviets employed 11th Guards Tank Division as a hammer to shatter the German formations with brute strength, and we need to basically hold on and see if we can wait out another enemy attack. Let's hope so, guys. Let's proceed to the fight. Now, you can also change the gameplay options here pretty significantly. I'm just going to keep them right now the way they are, and if you think we should change them if we end up really liking this video and you want to see more, we'll do that. Let's jump in now and see how it goes. Okay, guys, so pretty straightforward. 11th Guards Tank Division has battered the 7th Panzer right here, and the Germans have lost their famous Elan, the looping road, blah, blah, blah. We've seen all this. We're going to proceed to the tactical map. So obviously I'm very new to the game, so there's a lot that I need to learn, but it seems that these are the Soviets, and of course we are playing the Germans over here on the west. We don't have a lot, but we have enough to put up a decent fight, I hope, and we need to see how things go. I think the Soviets probably get the first movement, so we're going to let them go ahead and do that and see what happens. Right, guys, so first things first, we do want to start moving these units out, so I'm going to go ahead and select the stack, and I'm going to do a deliberate move. I want to try and get over here, wait on the highway here. I don't know if this is going to be 100% effective, but we're going to go ahead and try to dig in at this particular area. I'm going to do the same with this unit, and these are not just tank units, but infantry units as well. That's why we're grabbing the stack, because there are tanks here, but there's also a lot of infantry. So we're going to do a hasty movement to try and get over here to the eastern part of this particular village, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure if it's a village or a town. Rentheim looks like probably a town, but again, we got to be careful because as we move forward here, guys, we're almost certainly going to piss off the Soviets, and they're definitely looking to go ahead and grab us by surprise. So let's go ahead and do a deliberate move to the south of Rentheim, and we'd also take this victory point, which I think is going to be very important. Let's go ahead and enter that. All right, and we'll hold with him. With this unit, we'll select the stack. We will, of course, move deliberately into Rentheim once again. With this one, though, we're going to be a little more careful. We'll go ahead and screen 3 hexes from the enemy, and we're going to do the same here. And once again, grab them all, select the stack, and start moving deliberately into Rentheim. I'm hoping once again that this town is going to be sufficient enough for us to hold our positions. I'm even going to bring in some, what looks like some infantry units here. Let's select the stack. And actually, it looks like these guys are more like engineer units, so they should be able to help us build up some of the area around here. We'll hold. We've also got some flat cannons. Select the stack. Once again, we are going to move hastily towards Rentheim, and I think we can go ahead and agree on that. Put a screen up. And another unit here. Now, this is a Weasel 1, and this is a tow. This is definitely something that could take a tank out. So I'm going to go ahead and select the stack, and once again, move hasty over here to the northern part of the village. Hopefully this all works out, guys. This actually is one of the smaller maps when you consider all of the maps the enemy has, and you can see, look at how many Soviets there are. We better put up a good fight, guys. Let's hope we do. Let's end the turn and start the battle. So this is a We Go style fight, and that means that both of our units are moving at the same time, of course. Now, they're going to go for the victory points in Rentheim, and we are going to go for the victory points in Rentheim as well. So this is kind of a race to the center. There's points to the north of us, but we've concentrated most of our attack here in the south, and I think it's sufficient to actually get a victory as long as we get close enough. So let's keep on moving. And obviously they're trying to take that highway towards Lentown. This is why we need to get there quickly, guys. We need to try and engage these guys before they actually get to the area. I see a lot of Soviet APCs, but so far I don't see any real tank divisions. They might have some... No, they definitely have tanks. Sorry, guys. Keep moving, and I wonder who's going to get first blood here. So like I said, this is a total WeGo system. We're moving at the same speed they are, more or less the same speed, but let's just hope that we can get to this area first before they do, because it's going to be a nasty fight here. A lot of houses are going to get destroyed, and let's just say the population's not going to be happy with this battle. And that's one of the things I love about this game. You actually see enemy wrecks left behind, and you actually see the damage you've done to the towns that you're occupying. So I can't wait to see what that damage looks like. We'll see it soon enough. Definitely trying to make it there on the highway. We're doing the same, although they have a much better highway here. You can see that yellow line, sort of a main highway, which I think is going to allow them to move a lot faster, except the A2 is actually the main highway. We only sent a few units up there, so I hope we did the right decision, because we're going to need to take over that area and stop the enemy from flanking us from the north. Even if it does mean they have to go around, they can't just go through the trees like this unless they're using infantry. And that unit was delayed by 30 minutes, so by obstacles. Beautiful. Hopefully we don't have any obstacles in our way. Let's just hope, guys. Still a lot of movement here. We've got 9:43 remaining before we actually can end this particular turn. But we are getting into a position where we might be exchanging fire very soon, guys. We need to get those tanks ahead, though. I don't like that these trucks are going first. The resolution phase is over, and now it's back to us, guys. Back to the German orders phase. And once again, we've got some units here. This is the A1. Let's see what they have. Ammo, morale. Now I'm trying to see what kind of weapons they have. And there's probably a way to find out, but I am still a noob at this game. So what I'm going to try to do, I'm actually just going to be moving the tanks forward. So let me select the stack. And I am going to go ahead and order them to move hastily into Lentown, right there on the road itself. So we'll hold once we get there. Do the same with this tank unit. Select the stack into Rentown itself, and this time I definitely want to stay on the road, primarily because I want to make sure that when we get there, we're going to get there as quickly as possible, and taking the roads, that's going to probably happen. We'll also use a screen here. We'll bring in this fellow right here, because he is a veteran APC platoon with a Martyr, so they do have anti-tank weapons. We'll move deliberately over here. Check. And we'll drop the unit right there in Rentown, hold the area. Got a lot more men on the way, but actually it looks like maybe some of our men are going north. Is that possible? Maybe not. Everybody's going to Rentown. Well, that's not good. So you know what? We're going to change this up a bit, because I see some enemy units coming up there from the north. So let me select this stack. Move hasty, and I'm going to try to move over here, right on the other side of the bridge. I think this is a better location. We're going to hold once we get there. And we'll start moving the rest of these infantry units. Try to move them into Renteln as well. Why the hell not? And again, this is a game that takes time for sure. But once you actually get into the combat part, it is absolutely phenomenal. And even moving these units is pretty damn fun. We're also going to move our wonderful veteran APC platoon here. Move deliberately into Clinton to go straight to the point. We'll, of course, dismount them. I'm going to have this guy go ahead and assist our tanks on the highway. Hold. And we've got some command units here. I think we should probably select the stack and move them hastily towards Eschingen. Eisbergen. Sounds kind of like iceberg. Not sure if this is going to be effective, but I think it's probably in our best interest to start moving these command units a little bit closer to the battle. Deliberate. And let's just disembark right when we get there. Hold, and let's go back, guys. We're starting again. 19 minutes of game resolution about to commence, guys. 19 minutes, hopefully long enough for us to get into position and start doing some damage. Everybody's approaching Renteln right now. It's definitely going to be the point of contact. They're absolutely ahead of us here, guys. Come on, boys. And you can see a lot of delays happening to the enemy. It looks like the people in this area do not want communist rule. They've been throwing obstacles up against these tanks. Let's just hope we can get there first. It's a lot of enemy tanks, and I'm not sure if we can stop them. We're going to do our best, but the best thing happening to us right now is the delay. It doesn't look like we have any artillery to speak of, but we're just going to have to keep moving towards the enemy and hopefully start getting some kills. Gun will work pretty well against enemy infantry units, but against enemy tanks it's not, and obviously if the enemy starts having some helicopters it will work better, but I'm not so sure it's going to be able to make contact this turn. We might have to wait another turn, but we'll have to see, guys. The enemy tanks are getting mighty close, and I don't like that one bit. Enemy contact, they've spotted us, guys. It's all up to who's willing to fire first at this point. Alright, it's our turn once again. Time for the West to go ahead and proceed. Sorry about that. And, I think we need to make sure that these tanks keep making it through. So these guys are going to continue. In fact, they're still headed over to that location. That's how we want it. These guys are still headed over to this location. That's how we want it as well. The only thing I might do differently is go ahead and do a deliberate move right there and just dismount these guys. If we can. Let's go ahead and move deliberate. Hold. We're going to hold here, guys. I'm hoping this is going to work. Got some enemy tanks on the way, and our tanks have not yet arrived. So we definitely have to find a way to stop this fiasco. And these guys already have orders as well, so I think we just need to leave it to the tanks to do what they do best and end the turn. Hope for the best. 19 minutes now. It keeps increasing. ATGM launch. We've launched an ATGM at the enemy. And definitely took out 3 T-80Bs, guys. 3 T-80Bs our men have taken out. That is a beautiful place to stop. We're definitely going to stop there. And it looks like these guys are doing an okay job. Can we stop the rest of the tanks? I'm not sure. ATGM launch. Come on, baby. Another hit on the Soviet tanks. 1 T-808 or 80B destroyed, but also 1 Wiesel TOW destroyed. It's not going to be good. Got to get more men into that town, guys. ATGM launch. Looks like we missed with the ATGM launch, and they destroyed the Weasel. Not the Weasel. Alright, well, our tanks are incoming from Eisenbergen. Drew first blood. You can actually see, and we'll get very, very close here to the battle. It's one of the things I love about the game, is not just the map destruction and the beautiful maps that you have here with all these towns and cities, but you'll see the destroyed enemy units, and it looks like the enemy actually tried to artillery strike us, but they just managed in basically putting some holes in the town, probably pissing off the people here a lot. So we're in a position now where we might be able to get some more kills on those tanks, take the city before they do, but we've got to keep moving fast, guys. So far, we've given our orders, and that's the beautiful thing about a WeGo system. Those orders are going to go through no matter what happens. Unless, of course, the unit gets destroyed, which could definitely occur. Coming down to face us, but our tanks are on the way, my friends, and I think that our tanks can save the day, especially against all these Soviet units. They're being stopped at Steinbergen, and that's what we want, and we're continuing to move on the highway. We're going to meet these guys, and we also just claimed 1,400 victory points for taking this part of the A2 highway. Obviously a very important location, but we're going to keep moving forward until we get a nice hit here on the enemy. Alright, resolution is over. You're damn right it is. And our tanks are still moving. I might be moving them a different way. So I'm going to grab this stack. And I'm going to move deliberately right there to the victory point. So I think that's going to work pretty well. And of course we hold. As for these guys, try to assault the enemy. I don't know how this is going to work, especially since I'm not sure if this is actually an assault type squad. And with these tanks, we're going to move. They're actually pretty damn close. No, we'll let them keep going because they're going to get to the A2, and I think they're going to be in range of the enemies for sure. But this guy right here, select stack, move hastily. We're going to get them in Totenmann. Come with 3 different objective points. When the time comes, they'll make the decision as to which point is safest. But I think we should go ahead and get started. Make sure I haven't forgotten anything down here. I don't think I have. We're still continuing forward, guys. Better get some reinforcements during this fight or we're in trouble. And let's get started. Come on, boys. I forgot to look at the destroyed units. We'll take a look at that next turn. Hopefully there'll be some more destroyed enemy units. You never know, though. You really never know in this game. Alright, West German Panzer Artillery Regiment has just arrived. West German SPAT has just arrived. No idea what that means. You grognards can probably tell me. But I'm hoping that this means we've got some artillery support now that we can drop on the Soviets. highway. You should get a perfect shot at these enemy APCs. Again, another way to win is not just through victory points, but if you can destroy enough of the enemy army, they will pull back. In this particular case, we are damn close to doing some serious damage to the enemy, but they've got all those tanks coming to the village. We've got to get there first. A lot of them are actually cutting off the highway. Look at that. They're getting off this highway, guys. So we're going to have to chase them, I think. They're all moving into Red Town right now. West German spot has just arrived. Wonderful. We've got another wonderful unit here, and this artillery can definitely fire at the enemy. Now we've got communists in the east of the village, or the east of the town. We're absolutely going to have to do something about this, my friends. Remember, for each unit, it takes a little longer for them to get there. This is totally done in real time. We just got hit. One martyr down, and the martyrs are anti-tank units. They should be able to kill some of these tanks and some of these enemy squads, but it's all up to these guys. It's all up to whether they're able to see and spot a target, whether they're able to get the shot off. Let's hope they can do it. It's up to us. This tank is still moving to that location, so I'm not going to stop him. But with this stack, let's select that stack, and let's go ahead and move right where the enemy doesn't want us. We're going to do a hasty attack right there, and we'll do another one right there, just so we know that we are continuing the attack no matter what. And I will use the cover as I can. As for these guys in town, Flak can't do much. But let's hold. I think this is the best thing we can do right now, is just to hold. Let's take a look at this artillery piece. And I'm going to try and do a barrage, excuse me, of neutralizing fire right there on the enemy. We will accept that. We've also got a few other units here. It looks like sort of like Pumas. And we're definitely going to move them into the village. So let's move deliberately into the village at Rentown. And we will screen. We'll do the same with this stack. Select the stack and move. Hasty. We'll be taking a look at the casualties on the ground very soon, guys. I just want to get one more turn in. I can't help myself. I'm practically addicted to this game. I'm absolutely loving it. And this is our Artie HQ. So I'm hoping he can call in some nice hits. Let's go for it, my friends. Come on. Actually firing artillery off at us. And they got to the point. So they definitely took the point, but we're there quickly. Looks like our strike fired. Are we going to get any hits? Once again, could be obstacles. Come on, Martyr. We just got some reinforcements at the north. West German, a bunch of Panzer Grenadiers have arrived. Some 30-minute delays with a lot of these tank groups. That might be the only thing saving us entirely. We've got to start getting some shots off, guys. Player 2, the Soviet side just gained some victory points over there on that side of the map, the battlefield. Alright, it's our turn once again. We just can't stop playing. I don't know why these tanks aren't going to work, but I'm going to move on an assault against the enemy. So that's going to be our first attack. These guys right here, let's go ahead and assault. These guys right here as well. Let's go ahead and select the stack, and we will move hastily over here. And I'm hoping that this is going to be sufficient to hold off the enemy. We also have all of these Panzer units. So I'm going to move the stack deliberately. And once again, our tank hasn't moved. This can take a while. It really can. So don't be alarmed if it takes a while for your guys to start basically moving around and setting up. You know, it's just the way the game works. Tanks are going to take a little longer, especially if those tanks... how can I put this? If those tanks are having some issues in getting in the town. Let's move this guy, move at a stack, and of course they'll disembark once they get there. These are the guys we really need, the Panzer Grenadier squads. They can actually do a lot of damage. Let's do that. Just have them drop off right there at that hex. And let's make sure that this tank is still moving. Come on, man. I want you to assault this area. Under any circumstances, go for it. So we'll go ahead and hold. Okay, let's go ahead and start, guys. Hope for the best. Prepare for the worst. Player 2 took that victory point, so we're going to have to push them back if we want to get a victory here. And there we go. The tank is finally moving. It's a start. Tank is moving forward. He should be able to get a hit very soon here, guys. The combat is definitely about to begin, but I just don't know how close our guys are going to get here to the end. They start firing. There we go. That's a shot. That's a shot. One BRDM destroyed. Soviet BRDM. We're still moving forward. And no, the game resolution phase is over right when we're getting into combat. I'm sure as hell not going to disappoint you guys on this one. We've got to keep fighting. This is probably the longest Let's Play gameplay video I've done in a very long time, but believe me, this game deserves it. So, let's also go for an assault with these guys. We'll go this way. We're really assaulting up the road here to try to get some kills here. And I will accept that proposition. Hold. We got a bunch of other panzers coming in. They're going to dismount pretty soon. And we've got this tank, still refuses to move, but we're going to move Hasty. Maybe this time he'll move a little faster. And we will go, guys, for the next attack. Let's go for it. 17 minutes left. More people of Rintel are already dealing with a lot. There's a nice shot from our boys. Got one, boys. We got one. And now the BRDM is destroyed. We've taken the point for 2,800. We're also getting some hits over here on this tank. 2 hits. 3 hits. 3 T-80Bs destroyed, guys. Completely destroyed. Of course, we have to be careful. We've also got to start calling in some artillery. We can see they've got their own artillery over here. They're trying to hit these boys over here, and they might actually get some hits. Ooh, that is a direct hit. 1 Jaguar killed. We're going to hit the tank as well. We got another shot with our tanks. And we destroyed 2 more BMPs, guys. Killed in action. Come on, boys. Keep up the fight. Don't surrender. Enemies returning fire, but our Jaguars are actually getting some shots on them as well. Another shot, ATGM launch. A little too far away, we missed the tank, but at least the enemy knows we're willing to fight. Now they did manage to get 1 hit on our Leopard, destroyed one of our Leopards, but I think we just destroyed one of their T-80Bs. I think we've got 6 or 7 T-80B kills so far. They're kind of on that tiny island. If we can keep getting some tank kills, we're going to be A-OK here, my friends. There's some more artillery from the enemy. You can see the actual marks of the arty on the map itself. And they might actually be trying to go to destroy that Leopard. I think they got it. Yep, they sure did. The Jaguar, excuse me. Come on, boys. Don't stop. Don't stop believing. You know the rest of the song. And they destroyed our Leopard, our last Leopard. Shit. Gotta get more tanks in there, guys. It looks like that tank on the bridge, he's not moving at all. We've got 1 tank that is moving. I don't know why he's not firing. The 2 of the Leopards, actually. We've got more guys on the way, especially Panzer Grenadiers, that should be able to help us here. Well, the area is still ours. We took it, but look at the enemy trying to bombard it with artillery. We've got to start bringing in our own arty. There's another artillery strike. They think they know where we are, but they don't. And that's one of the ways we're kind of cheating in this particular round. It's always better to use Fog of War, but we want to see what happens. There we go, our tank. We've got a tank and an HQ truck. We probably should not have moved that stack together, but there we go. We just got a rocket battalion. That thing can do a lot of damage to all these tanks over here. And the game resolution phase is now over. So I think I should show you guys sort of the damage done. One of the things I love about this game, besides all the other stuff, is we can get up close and personal. And we can actually see, you see that little red mark? That's one of the enemy tanks destroyed. Once this guy moves off this space, we'll see a bunch of other enemy tanks destroyed. There's also 2 of our tanks here, and also some damage to the village itself of Ringtown. So the people aren't going to be completely happy. But you could just imagine, at the end of a battle, the amount of equipment destroyed on the field, the amount of casualties, it just gets unbelievable. And I really, really love this game. So if you guys enjoyed this Let's Play, make sure to give me a like, drop a comment, and absolutely get us to do a campaign of this, because I would do a campaign of this game in a second. I might not win, and I might not do very well, but I would certainly try my best. Thanks for watching, guys, and glory to NATO.